the big one. The question we've all asked ourselves late at night, eh? Who is really pulling the strings? I mean, who is in charge of this whole thing? Well, let's get into it, because I promise you the answer is not what you think. It's time to run a proper system analysis.
So what do? We go straight to the internet, don't we? You type it in just like this. Who controls the world? And really, you're not just looking for an answer, are you? You're looking for a name, a face, a group you can point to. You just want to know who is behind that curtain, making all the big moves.
And of course, the usual suspects pop right up. You start thinking, is it the politicians? Or maybe it's the billionaires with all that money, you know? Or hey, maybe it's some kind of secret society meeting in a dark room somewhere. We go back and forth arguing about these guys all day long. But what if we're asking the wrong question entirely? Because that's what it is, an error, a complete misstep in how we're thinking about this. This whole hunt for a villain, for one person or group to blame, it's the perfect distraction. And it's designed to stop us from seeing what's really going on.
Look, we humans, we love a good story. And what's a good story without a villain, right? It's so simple, so clean, it feels like a movie. If there's just one bad guy to defeat, then we can imagine a hero will show up and everything will be fine. But that's all it is, a story, a comforting myth.
Because real control doesn't sit on a throne, you see. It doesn't wear a crown. True power, the kind that lasts, isn't personal at all. It's structural. It's built right into the foundations of the systems we live in, the ones we wake up and take part in every single day without even thinking about it. Okay, so if the system is the one in control, then what's its code? What's the programming language that makes it run? Well, it's not good intentions or evil plans. No. It runs on something far more powerful and far more neutral: incentives. Just take a look at this. It's like the system's core programming. For a corporation, what's the primary goal? Maximize profit, period. For a politician, win the next election. For a media company, grab your attention, hold it for as long as possible. Now look at that last column, ethical override. What does it say? Null, empty. It doesn't exist. The system doesn't care about ethics. It cares about the primary incentive. That is the only rule that matters. So you see, no one has to be evil for bad things to happen. There's no secret meeting where people plot to manipulate everyone. It's simpler than that. The system rewards what works. It rewards manipulation. And it punishes those who don't play the game. You follow the rules, you succeed. You try to break them, you fail. That right there is structural control. It's not secret, it's built in. And what's the fuel that keeps this whole engine stable? It's fear. Fear is the real currency of control. Fear of losing your job, fear of being an outcast, fear of the future. Man, it's so much more effective than having soldiers on every corner. Why? Because when people are afraid, they control themselves. They start fighting each other over small, little things. So they never look up and question the giant machine they're all inside. And this is where it gets kind of wild. This whole system, it's like a ghost in the machine. It almost runs itself. It has its own logic, its own momentum, and get this, it even controls the very people we think are in charge. Think of power like an operating system that just got a major update. Power version 1.0, the old version, that was obvious stuff. Armies, big castles, kings with crowns. You could see it, you could point at it. But Power version 2.0, the one we're living in right now, oh, it's invisible. It's the stories they tell us. It's the algorithms that choose what pops up on our screens. It's data. You can't see it, but it's everywhere. And that's the new rulebook, right there. Forget about physical chains. Just control what people see, control what they're afraid of, and crucially, control what they argue about with each other. If you can do that, you control the direction of everything, and you never have to fire a single bullet. So you look at a powerful CEO, and you think, that person is in charge. But are they? Really? Look at their status. Constrained. They are trapped. They have to answer to the market, to the shareholders, to the bigger game of global economics. They are a powerful piece on the board, for sure, but they didn't invent the game. And it's the exact same story for a president or any world leader for that matter. They're also constrained. They're boxed in by voters, by crazy media cycles, by economic pressures they can't control. The point is, the system is always, always bigger than any single person within it. No exceptions. Okay, so if the big shots at the top are also just cogs in the machine, where does the machine get its power from? Well, this is the part that might make you shift in your seat a little bit. The power, it comes from us. Think about your day. Every time you buy something, you're feeding the system. Every single link you click, you're training the algorithm to know you better. Every time you share that angry post, you're strengthening the very cycle of division that keeps us all distracted. These tiny, normal, everyday things we do, that's the fuel. That's what keeps the whole thing running. And it works so well because it just feels like living. So let's throw out that old list of villains, the politicians, the billionaires, and let's replace it with the real list, the real controllers. It's not people, it's forces. It's the incentives we talked about. It's the way money moves. It's who controls information. It's the cycles of fear. And maybe the biggest one of all, our collective belief that all of this is just the way things are. Because really, it all boils down to this one powerful truth. The most powerful force on this entire planet is coordinated incentives. When you get millions of people all chasing the same carrot, all guided by the same invisible rules, you create something more powerful than any army, more influential than any king. So we have to stop. We have to stop asking, who is the villain? It's a dead end. The real danger isn't some secret group plotting in the shadows. The danger is a system that has become so normal, so completely invisible, that we've stopped seeing it as a system at all. We just call it life. Instead, we need to start asking a better question, a more powerful question, a question that's actually a bit dangerous to the system itself. What is this system rewarding? The moment you start asking that, everything changes. You start to see the hidden code, the architecture behind the reality we're sold. And in a world built on distraction, my friend, nothing, and I mean nothing, is more powerful than seeing things clearly.